Hey there folks, today I'm going to be showing you how to install this child-proof lock on your sliding glass door. Now as you can see from the illustration, this is for an exterior door. These exterior glass sliding doors do have a lot of weight to them and a lot of force when they're being opened. So this actually screws in both to the top of the frame right here and to the side of the door, and it's adaptable whether it slides to the right or left. So we're just going to open the rest of this package the rest of the way, see what's inside, explain it a little bit, and then show you the install. All right, so when you take the pieces out of the packaging, you'll see you have the top mounting bracket, which goes on the top of the frame. And this is the locking mechanism that actually attaches to the door itself. It does have this little guard on it, and that covers the screws there. You have your instruction manual, which has a template for drawing on the frame where you're going to put your screw holes. You have long screws for your frame and short screws for your slider. And if you look closely at the picture here, we'll get you focused there. You can see how that is attached to give you an idea of our setup that we're going for. All right, so as you can see, our lock will sit like this on our frame. Now, if you need to switch it over to the opposite side, it is reversible. Now, to do that, we would take off our protective cover right here, and then we flip it around and put our cover back on. And then now that'll sit on the left side door. And just make sure, if you look at the pin, you have 2 grooves here. Always put them in the top 2 holes, no matter which way you're facing, whether it be this way or this way. All right, so to mount our bracket here and make our pilot hole marks, we're going to take our little bracket here. You'll see the ramp side will go away from the door. So we're going to put this on the pin and put it up in the frame. And then what I like to do, it's spring activated, so I like to push it till it bottoms out, and then I back it off about 1/8 of an inch, right about there. Then we leave our marks, bring it back down. That's where we will attach the lock to. Now we use a 3/32 drill bit and drill our pilot holes. We're going to use very light pressure as we drill through, so that if you do have glass on the other side, you're not going to hit it too hard, and you can always patch it up later. All right, so after getting through the plastic, which is only 1 millimeter on this door, I did hit something hard. So just to clarify that it's not glass, I looked inside and it's just metal. So we're going to keep on going, but just make sure you double check. All right, now for the mounting step, we're going to retract our pin to make sure it goes on a little easier. So to do that, we're going to pull down on the pin, turn 90 degrees, and it's retracted. And then we grab the smaller of the screws from the kit, and we're going to use those to screw in with a screwdriver. I don't like to use power tools because we're working near glass, so just use a screwdriver. All right, that is nice and solid to the door. All right, so now we have a bottom view of our locking pin here. Next step, we're going to put our bracket in, and we're going to pull our pin down and line the hole up with the pin. Turn 90 degrees to release your pin in. That'll hold it real quick. Then we line it up as straight as we can. These are deep holes, so a marker doesn't seem to work. I'm just going to use a pick or something pointed. And you just leave a mark. Pull our pin down, get that out of the way. Now we're going to drill those 2 pilot holes. All right, now we just need to get this lock out of the way to get our drill in. So we're just going to remove this temporarily, and we'll reinstall it in just a sec. All right, now that we have that off, we have access to our 2 pilot holes right here and here. So again, with the 3/32 drill bit, we're going to drill. All right, so now we use the long screws that the kit comes with. We're going to put them in our holes here. And then we're going to attach the screws. You can use a power drill for this portion because you're not going near glass. That's up to you. All right, now we reattach our locking pin and we'll be good to go in just a sec. Just give it a wiggle, make sure everything is nice and sturdy. Then you take your protective cap here, and you can see it's smaller on one side. That's going to go over here. All right, so as you can see, the mechanism looks pretty good on the door. It's the same color, kind of blends in. It's not too bulky or anything like that. So we're gonna just show you again real quick from afar. We drop our lock in, we unlock our door. It is fairly strong. Open it, and now you can have the second position for the pin. We can have just a little bit open if you want ventilation, but you don't want anyone getting in. Still fairly strong. Pull the pin down, you can open it all the way as you normally would without the lock. And you can leave that pin dropped in and it'll automatically lock into position as you close it. And you're good to go. If you want, again, you can pull it, twist it 90 degrees, leave it open if you don't want it locked, say the kids aren't home, and you're all good. That's all there is to it, folks. Thanks for watching.